Welcome to Toffee TV. It is my three things. West Ham United 0, Everton 1 in London. The Blues have gone and won the game. That's back-to-back wins in London for Everton, which it took a while since then we won at Brentford and kind of broke that little bit of a hoodoo maybe. And that's that 3 wins out the last 4 away games for the Blues, which is obviously a big turnaround. And if you throw Sheffield United in, which I think was before Brentford, that's not bad, is it? Like, what? 7, we took 7 of the last 9 away from home, 1 in the Carabao Cup of Villa, and obviously lost at Anfield last week. But that's good. That is excellent for away form. I said before, we've got to get the home form right. But let's begin with that away form, because the manager has a way of playing. And I think Sean Dyche's issue has been, for me anyway, he's being caught between 2 worlds. He's being caught between trying to be Sean Dyche at Burnley and then thinking and knowing, I guess, certainly at Goodison, that Everton have to be a bit more expansive than what maybe he wanted or he had at Burnley. Or maybe it was simply he just didn't have the players to be more expansive at Burnley, so therefore they just played in one rigid way. And I think that's caught him out at times. But I think away from home, he's much more comfortable. And I think that Everton have got up, the players have to buy into it. And I think they have bought into it. Like I said, since he come in, it was January, we started playing games in February. Everton away from home really have been at a good level all the way. We've been done a couple of times, Arsenal and Villa this season. Were obviously heavy defeats. But in general, we've been competitive in a lot of games. Okay, we haven't really got the wins, and that's all that really matters, but we've been competitive and we've put in a level of performance where you know that you're in a game. It's at Goodison has been the issue. But I think, like I've just said, to win 3 of the last 4 away games, and in the last 5 away games, including the cup game, and we won at Doncaster as well, didn't we? If you want to throw that in as well, which was before Sheffield United. So, taking that Villa performance and putting that to one side, in general, it's just Liverpool, I think, isn't it? Since the defeat at Villa, I think there's only been 1 more away defeat, which was Liverpool, I think, just off the top of my head. So in general, away has been fine. Home form has been the issue. But of course, we won last time out. So we keep this away form going. We go to Crystal Palace next on our travels. London, can we do a hat-trick in London? And put in that kind of performance, that kind of level where we stick in a game, we make it difficult for the opposition, and we play on the counter. There's no reason why we can't go to Palace and get a positive result. We can win. Palace are mid-table. I think they're 3 points ahead of Everton or something at the moment, so they're not miles ahead of us anyway, and that's a game that we could potentially pull them closer to us as well. So away from home, I feel a lot more confident with this side. It's at Goodison, where we just have to get the balance, and I think he addressed that in the Bournemouth game. The intensity is right, and if we can start matching the home performances to the away performances, then that 12-point threat that people keep talking about mightn't be an issue anyway. It is a joke, by the way, that's another thing, and I'm toying whether to actually include that as one of my 3 things, but hey ho. Second thing I want to talk about is Jarrad Branthwaite, who I know I've done him probably a couple of times on these, but I just thought today, what an exceptional performance again from the young man. Got in the team. I personally would have started the season with him, but hey, we did what we did. He's got in the side and he's been fantastic. Him and Tarkowski at the back now look like a really good partnership. I think he's just so calm, likes a tackle, getting better in the air. His timing's getting better. The size of him, he should be quite dominating in the air, but he is getting better in the air. But it's the fact he can defend. He's a proper defender. He likes to be on the ball. I'm still not convinced whether he's left-footed or right-footed. But he's very, very good with both feet. He's not slow. And that gives you a great base to play from. And he's really, really settled into that back 4. And I think you can see how much the players trust him. And it's magnificent for us. I know we signed a new deal a couple of weeks ago. If he keeps developing, we're going to have to go some to keep up with him. But if we don't, he's another one who'll command a huge fee if we do sell him. But I'm just enjoying him at the moment. I think he's tremendous. He's playing really well. He's obviously got an excellent partner alongside him in James Tarkowski, who is a good organiser. And you can see how well Tarkowski's playing because he's got Branthwaite next to him. He doesn't have to, he doesn't have to worry about who's next to him. he's just getting on with his job. Winning headers, getting blocks in, playing out from the back as much as possible. I think the pair of them are developing a great little partnership, and obviously they've got the goalkeeper behind them as well, who trusts both of them, so it's looking much, much better at the heart of the defence. Would I still want another centre-back on the bench who is as solid as well? Then yes. I think Michael Keane has been too up and down. I think Ben Godfrey, would love him to be able to get himself to a level where we could rely on him, because I think he's got the tools. He's quick and strong, great athlete, footballer, not so much, but a really good athlete. But I am nitpicking because those two at the back are excellent for us, and long may that continue. And obviously we've seen this week the defence, Ashley Young suspended. We've got Nathan Patterson back in there. I believe he should be given the same opportunity that Jarrad Branthwaite was given to improve. I think just by playing him. I know there's still question marks over him. Sometimes he dives in a little bit, but this is a young player as well who's learning the game. But we saw today that one or two moments aside was very good. I just think he needs to be more confident in going forward. Just fly forward and get balls into the box. Be the attacking fullback, be the attacking outlet. But that back four, and I think Michalenko had a really good game today as well. So I think the manager's got that back four nice and tight at the moment. It'll be tested differently in different games, of course it will. But yeah, Jarrad Branthwaite, absolutely excellent again for me, and just so calm, cool and collected that he's a joy to watch. He's a joy to watch. Final thing, I'm not going to go on about the 12 points. It was Gonu, but what's the point? We'll see what happens. It is a joke though. This is 2.2.5. It is a disgrace, really, isn't it? Man City, and I'm not listening. I've no issues with Manchester City. They are what they are. They're an excellent football club, brilliant football team, brilliant to watch, outstanding players. But they have got 100 odd charges against them, and it's quiet. There's no talk of them. Now, I'm not doing this to have a go at City, because I don't think it's anything to do with Manchester City, but just how the media have gone after Everton relentlessly over the last few weeks, and this 12 points keeps coming up in Premier League, making all kinds of recommendations. Well, that to me is prejudice in any case. I don't care who the independent commissioner, that's out there, and it's a disgrace. And Everton should be looking to go after the Premier League if anything comes of this, for what how unprofessional they've been. And don't forget their compliance in this, and it's all being done as a showcase. It's all being done as a big PR stunt to try to get the government to relent on putting an independent regulator in charge of them, because they don't want anyone else from the outside coming in on it. They don't want anyone getting involved in it, and therefore they want to keep it up to them, a closed shop. And the Premier League are putting pressure. That's what they're trying to do. So they're trying to hammer Everton to go, look, we told you that. We've got our house in order. Look what we're doing to Everton. Whereas it's already out there that if an independent regulator does take over the Premier League, no club will ever be given a points deduction. There'll be other ways to try and solve those kind of issues. So therefore, it could become the NIAS rule, couldn't it? The only fella ever done for diving retrospectively and banned. Everton could be the only club done in the Premier League for this, and then an independent regulator takes over, which it will. You can't allow. The Premier League aren't fit for purpose. They're not fit to run their own league, and therefore someone's got to come and get involved, and therefore Everton could end up being the only club done by it, which is berserk. But obviously Evertonians need to be ready for whatever happens with this, so that we can kick up a storm, because it deserves one. You can't allow the stuff that is allowed to go on in the Premier League, like the big six getting more money than anyone else for playing in the same league. There's a load of stuff that is absolute nonsense. The VAR nonsense that we saw yesterday, Wolves Newcastle, with 2 goals potentially could have been ruled out. Well, we got one chalked off against Fulham. The same thing as what Callum Wilson scored. So there's loads of stuff. The stuff that happened to Liverpool the other week, how's that allowed to go on? And yet we're the ones hammered. My final point, apologies, is Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and how fantastic it is to see him back scoring goals for Everton. He's now the 4th highest goal scorer in Everton's history for Premier League goals, that is. It's brilliant way to get his 50th. Lovely little turn and finish, and hopefully he's put those horrific two years behind him, and he can just get on with his football. He makes a big difference to this side, a huge difference, and he's come up trumps again with it, which isn't bad for a Championship striker. A player that cost £1 million, absolutely outstanding. I'm delighted for him. Like I said, just then he's that extra bit of quality. We've got Beto. It was good to see Yusuf Chimiti put on for the last 6 or 7 minutes today. Bit mad that it wasn't Beto, but hey ho. The manager thought that it was Chimiti, but no, it's great to have Dom fit and firing again, and long may it continue. He's in great form. Let's make more chances for him. You know, he's made that kind of himself today, and it was a great goal. So let's try and create more for him. He will score more goals. He's making a big difference back in this side, and it just shows you when you've got a very, very good striker at the top end of the pitch, transforms the team, gets you out of all kinds of sticky situations. So I am over the moon to see Dom back, and long may it continue. Well in, Dom. Right, that is me done. Have a great weekend. If you're never Evertonian, enjoy it. Why not? Why wouldn't we? And if you're not, have a good weekend anyway. I'd offer nothing but love. You do the same, get the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you later. Cheers.